Rain-fed agriculture in semi-arid tropics in general and Andhra Pradesh specifically is characterized by high risks from drought, degraded natural resources and low system productivity leading to poverty and food security. Under corporate social responsibility, the Power Grid Corporation of India Limited supported the International Crop Research Institute for the Semi-Arid Tropics for developing a scalable site of learning for improving livelihoods and resilience building through integrated watershed management in Kurnool district of Andhra Pradesh.
पावर ग्रिड ने न केवल ट्रांसमिशन के क्षेत्र में बल्कि सामाजिक उत्तरदायित्व को समझते हुए CSR के क्षेत्र में भी बहुत सी योजनाओं पर कार्य किया है। इसी दिशा में CSR के तहत कर्नाटक के विजयपुरा और आंध्र प्रदेश के कुर्नूल में इक्री सेट के साथ मिलकर के जो एक बहुत बड़ा संस्थान है, पावर ग्रिड ने इंटीग्रेटेड वाटर शेड मैनेजमेंट का प्रोग्राम वहाँ प्रारंभ किया। 2014 में प्रारंभ हुआ और आज वो दोनों प्रोजेक्ट एक बहुत उत्तम रिजल्ट दे रहे हैं।
The watershed located in Betamcharla Mandal of Kurnool district comprises of 10 villages and hamlets, namely Pendekal, Marrikunta, Venkatagiri, Repalli, Muddavaram, Musalle Cheruvu, Virayapalli, Mandanavaripalli, Bugganipalli and Jeetanda. This watershed is home to around 20,000 people, with most households being smallholding farmers. The average annual rainfall here is about 675 millimeters and agriculture is mostly rain-fed. Out of a total geographical area of 6,500 hectares, around 3,000 hectares is under cultivation, with major crops in the region being maize, groundnut, pigeon pea and sorghum with low crop productivity.
In this project, we are trying to put an integrated approach by addressing soil, rainwater and crop management to enhance the productivity of the crops and the livelihoods that depend on agriculture. So this project is a very unique and exemplary site and has a high potential of scaling up.
With a mission that all people have a right to nutritious food and a better livelihood, ICRISAT began its operations journeying from a land of brambles to rich agricultural produce and from poverty to elevated livelihoods. A holistic approach of development for impact was implemented, beginning with the soil health mapping, where stratified soil sampling was done in each village and samples were analyzed for macro and micronutrients and soil carbon levels. Following which, fertilizer recommendations were developed to apply limiting macro and micronutrients based on the soil analysis results. Along with nutrient balancing and carbon building in soil, improved seed varieties were also provided to increase crop yields.
We could reach remote, far-flung areas through ICRISAT and take up the developmental activities so that the villages are self-sustained for future years to come.
Due to high rainfall variability and a frequent phenomena of drought, the next big step was to find ways to increase water availability to intensify and diversify agriculture production in the region, for which a decentralized rainwater conservation system was adopted for easy water access to smallholders. Construction of low-cost small farm ponds proved to be a promising option for rainwater storage that allowed for critical irrigation as a drought-proofing strategy of traditional crops.
మా గ్రామం చాలా మూలకమైన గ్రామాలే. ఈ వర్షాధారణ కొండ ప్రాంతం పల్లెలు మావి. ఈ వర్షాలు వచ్చి రావడంలో మేము కొద్దిగా నీళ్లు పెట్టుకొని గుంతలు రావడంలో ఆ నీళ్ల ధారణ కొంచెం ఎండల కాలంగా మేము పైర్లు పండించుకొని కొంచెం అభివృద్ధిగా చెందుతున్నాం ఇప్పట్లో.
It was observed that these relatively small investments into farm ponds significantly increased farmers' produce and incomes. Firstly, this boost would allow the farmers to prevent crop losses during dry spell, additionally giving them enough security to be able to take risks in diversifying activities and experimenting with crop intensification, such as taking on a second post-rainy season crop which is a key to sustainable future for dryland farmers.
మా పొలంలో పాము గుంత తవ్వినారు. ఆ గుంత వలన నీళ్లు వర్షానికి నిండింది. నీళ్లు వేసుకుపోయి పొలానికి కందిచేలకు మందు కొట్టుకుంటున్నాము. అందరికీ చాలా ఉపయోగపడుతుంది నీళ్లు. ఇట్లా గుంతలు దండి తీయాలని మేము కోరుకుంటున్నాము.
More than 150 farm ponds were constructed using local materials and basic masonry work of soil cement lining to keep the costs low. The farmers contributed labor while a team of researchers provided technical support for localing, designing and engineering the construction of these ponds.
వర్షాలు కూడా చాలా తక్కువ. పడిన వర్షపాతం భూమిలో ఇంకిపోతుంది. కాబట్టి వీటిని తట్టుకోవడానికి ఈ లైనింగ్ ఫామ్ పండు మేము చేయించడం జరిగింది. ఫస్ట్ 2-3 సంవత్సరాలు రైతులు ముందుకు రాలేదు. ఈ సంవత్సరం దాదాపు 150 మంది ఈ ఫామ్ పండును తీసుకోవడం జరిగింది. 2-3 పంటలు వేసుకుంటున్నారు.
On-farm studies showed that construction of these low-cost farm ponds is a critically required scalable technology to provide easy water access to small farm holders for drought-proofing and plugging field losses up to 60%, as well as for enhancing system context productivity and livelihoods.
In rain-fed agriculture, drought-related losses threaten small-holding farmers' livelihoods. In such a scenario, construction of small ponds in smallholders' farms provide access to water for critical irrigation as a drought-proofing strategy, and also on-farm intensification and diversification for increasing productivity and benefits. Such critical interventions empowers smallholders through minimum investments for maximizing profits of many farmers.
Apart from the small farm ponds, big community farm ponds, check dams and loose boulder structures were built that allowed for sustainable water conservation in the area, increasing surface water, groundwater and area under irrigation through developing an additional 2 lakh cubic meters of water storage capacity. Additionally, decentralized wastewater treatment technologies using the potential of filtration and phytodetermination were piloted for improving water use efficiency in water-scarce drylands, as well as for abating the contemporary menace of raw wastewater irrigation, leading to improved health and hygiene of the village. Investments into water conservation and soil health rejuvenation further gave the watershed farmers enough security to be able to take risks in diversifying activities and experimenting with crop intensification, adopting cultivation of vegetable and big horticulture plantations. Alternative sources of livelihood were also developed, with livestock being an integral component through promoting fodder production and supporting 10 women's self-help groups monetarily to strengthen livestock-based activities. Cattle troughs were constructed in the villages and cattle wastewater was recycled through composting using microbial consortia for usage as agriculture manure. Each year, around 100 to 200 women farmers were provided with vegetable kits of various crops like brinjal, tomato, okra and other crops to develop small kitchen gardens for household nutrition and generate incomes through sale of additional produce. In this way, the livestock-based activities and kitchen gardens was under their control, and mainstreaming of women farmers was promoted through diversifying and strengthening their income sources, in turn strengthening their resilience and family nutrition.
విత్తనాల ప్యాకెట్లు ఇచ్చినారు, కూరగాయల ప్యాకెట్లు ఇచ్చినారు, చెరువు కట్ట బాగా కట్టించినారు. మాకు పశువులకు నీళ్లు తాగడానికి, పక్షులు మంచులు తాగడానికి అన్నిటికీ ఉపయోగపడింది మాకు చెరువు కట్ట.
The women farmers, apart from farm-based activities, were also supported to take up other regular non-farm income generation activities.
నేను జిరాక్స్ మిషన్ సెల్ఫ్ హెల్ప్ గ్రూపుల నుంచి తీసుకున్నాను. 14,000 లోన్ తీసుకొని దాన్ని యూజ్ చేసుకునేందుకు నాకు నెలకి 3,000 రూపాయల చొప్పున యూజ్ అవుతుంది.
In addition to farm-based inputs through science and sustainable intensification, a paradigm shift was also brought about through mechanization, infrastructure and technology. With few of the initiatives being shredder machines which were arranged in the watershed on a sharing basis to chop off hardy biomass like stubbles of pigeon pea, maize, sorghum and other crop having little alternative uses. The chopped biomass was then decomposed using microbial consortia into valuable manure to cut cost of chemical fertilizers and soil carbon building. Easy planters were distributed to enable transplanting at a greater speed and reduce drudgery. A mini dal mill was also provided for value to farmers in business that not only provided employment to the handler but also enabled all growers to avail value addition facility at a low cost and get higher prices for their crops. In the watershed, emphasis has been laid on capacity building and empowerment of various stakeholders and strengthening of community-based organizations to continue development and management at grassroots levels. This brought a sense of unity and belongingness in the farmer community and encouraged them to continue to work at their best efforts beyond the project period. Tapping the potential resources along with strengthening the on-farm practices and technologies through various low-cost, intensive development strategies, the Watershed Program was a critical facilitator for improving the livelihoods and lives of the smallholding farmers and a way forward for doubling their incomes. The efforts of the CSR watershed initiatives were also rewarded and recognized at a national level. The President of India credited the Power Grid Corporation of India with the highest CSR award for bettering the lives of nearly 20,000 farmers in Kurnool along with 1,000 farmers in Vijayapur for an integrated watershed management project executed in partnership with ICRISAT. Empowering and impacting the lives of many, the Kurnool Watershed Program is a journey of excellence in science through promotion and partnership.